Almost a year in the saddle, President Bola Tinubu has ordered Olayemi Cardoso to resign his appointment as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, owing to his inability to stop the poor performance of the economy, most especially the free fall of Nigeria's currency, which is the naira. Are you sure that this is what Tinubu asked this man to do, or people told him to do that? The president gave the marching order to Cardoso before he left Nigeria for China, rebuffing the pleas and pressure from the acclaimed Yoruba elders who had risen to Cardoso's support to save his job. Cardoso, who reportedly secured the nomination for the plump job through the Yoruba elders, really allegedly lacks the knacks to return around the troubled institution and the poor economic he inherited. Cardoso's undoing, according to insiders, is his inability to live up to the promise he made to President Tinubu in January to salvage the naira and return it to between 700 and 900 to 1,000 before May 29, 2024, and also save the economy from the ruins it currently lays. The naira began a historic fall against the dollar, dropping from the 950 naira per dollar rate observed at the close at the week that Cardoso was appointed to 960 naira per dollar by Monday of the week following his appointment as Nigeria's upcoming central bank governor. It slipped further to 970 naira per dollar in the early hours of Tuesday, the following day. This decline, which started immediately after his nomination, has seen the local currency dip, plummeting by 117.41% to 1,445 naira per dollar as of September 12, 2024, nearly 1 year after he took over from Fola Shonubi. The continuous crash of the naira and the poor economic prevented the usual celebration of the return of democratic rule on May 29. The president is worried about the exchange rate and angry that Cardoso, in 1 year in office, could not revive the naira to between 700 naira and 900 naira before May 29 as he promised. The president waited for him to actualize the promise by May 29, June 2029, and July 29 before he got tired of waiting in August when he invited him to submit his resignation, the source at the villa told Inside Business Nigeria. He stated further that Cardoso, on seeing the seriousness of the president, prostrated and begged the president, who insisted that Cardoso should submit his letter of resignation on the following day. On the following day, however, sources disclosed that during a meeting between Hadiza Bala Usman, special advisor to the president on policy coordination, and President Tinubu, Cardoso came in with Yoruba elders, including Prince Dikbo Eludoyin, Pius Akin Yeleru, the chairman of NNPC, BC Akonde, he is the chairman of NNPC, a chieftain of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, and some others, and the presence of Hadiza begged President Tinubu to resign the resignation order on Cardoso. Can you just imagine? So these guys, are you sure they are not even deceiving? They are not deceiving themselves. Can you imagine? Meanwhile, at this point, Hadiza Bala Usman was asked to excuse them, and the president was quoted as saying, "I told you to bring your resignation letter. You do not even need to beg, because you promised in January that you would revive the naira before May 29th, and I have been asking you if I should bring 700 naira or 900 naira for you to give me $1, but you cannot even find it." The source stated that the president complained bitterly that he has become an object of ridicule and abuse from Nigerians because of his appointees' inability to live up to expectations. He also described the state of the naira and the poor run of the economy, stating it is time for those who cannot deliver to leave the government for people with ideas to turn the situation around for the better. The source stated further that President Tinubu left the office angrily for his trip to China, leaving Cardoso and his elders waiting in his office. Olayemi Cardoso, an economic and development policy advisor, financial sector leader, former chairman of City Nigeria, and former commissioner for economic planning and budget in Lagos, with over 3 decades of managerial experience, was nominated for the CBN plum job by President Tinubu on September 15th and assumed office on September 22nd, together with his 4 deputies, Imam Usoro, Mohammed Datijo, Philip Ikazo, and Bala Bello. The 5 were Itato penciled for appointment to the Bank of Industry. They were cleared on September 26, 2023 by the National Assembly after their nomination by President Bola Tinubu. I thought all of them were making matters. Say, hey, it was Emefiele that spotted everything. Emefiele that did this. At least during the Emefele's time, we could see that this whole thing, this margin was not just for the period of 8 years, but just under 1 year. But all this was, I just believe that they are just even playing with Nigerian minds. That Tinubu said before he comes back from China that Cardoso should have done something. Really? Did he really? In fact, these people, there's something else. There's something else. Well, meanwhile, Edward Lamete Ademu and Kingsley Obiora, who exited the Apex Bank following their involvement in the mess at the bank regulator during the tenure of the embattled former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. Besides the crash of the naira, the Cardoso administration allegedly has relapsed into the Emefiele era of affluence and wastage of a time. Is it not the same people that said they went to buy 10 billion naira for, what is it called? What did they call that in that? A bulletproof. $10 billion. And they are coming to tell us cock and bull stories. Their own is even worse than Emefiele. He and his deputies reportedly bought SUVs valued at over 10 billion naira for their official use, in addition to the 27 vehicles recovered from the embattled former CBN Governor Emefiele. Cardoso also allegedly expended 44 million naira, and each of his deputies expended between 28 and 33 million naira weekly accommodation before they were allocated official quarters. For this Obodo Nigeria, where person they pay 30-something million. The area, oh my goodness. Even Tinubu said, all of them, they know what they are doing. If you believe them at your own risk, some people tell you that at your own peril. I don't even believe this story. How can the CBN governor perform magic when President Tinubu and his executive cabinet is busy borrowing and squandering on luxury items? In leadership, you don't even use brothers and sisters to run the economy. Otherwise, your name is sorry. That is what killed Buhari government. If looks at Obasanjo, Jonathan governments, and he decentralized the economy class to individuals across its tribal lines to achieve results. Your relatives are the worst enemy of every man. So you are still believing that this economy can be so easily revamped before the unfortunate alarm blows? It is not the CBN governor that will resign. He needs to sack all the non-performers. Even he should sack himself. Tinubu himself should sack himself because he has failed. This is not a matter of a Cardoso. It is Tinubu himself who cannot read in between the lines. Somebody came out and be telling us that, oh, Tinubu is a wealthy person, he's a rich person, he's not going to lose Nigeria's money. You say we hear. Believe them all at your own peril. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.